Hello everyone, how are you on this fine day? It's been about a week since you were last on the bus. Since then I've put the second and third coat of rust paint on the floor. Here, I'll show you what that looks like. So today on the bus, we're going to be putting down a product known as Blueskin. It's a self-adhering waterproofing membrane. That stuff right there. That lovely green stuff is the Blueskin primer. It's a water-based. Since we used a rust paint that's an oil-based paint, we went with the water-based primer because the solvent-based would eat away at the paint and it would become useless. For Blueskin, the best thing to do is to roll it out first, make sure it's all laid out properly, cut around the wheel wells, and then we'll put down the primer and roll it out properly and stick it down. I'll show you what that looks like shortly. Let me just get the Blueskin rolled out, cut around the wheel wells, and then I'll show you the process from there. See you soon. And we're back. Okay, this is what the floor will look like with the Blueskin on it. Unfortunately, as you can see, I ran out of Blueskin. I have some more at home. I'll have to bring that back tomorrow, and then I'll finish off these wheel wells and the front of the bus over there. But otherwise, that's what it's going to look like. The reason I'm doing the Blueskin is just for that extra protection for the water and the air penetration. I don't want anything coming up through the floor when I'm driving. Anyway, I'd show you the process of putting this stuff down, but with the Blueskin primer, whoa, just dark. I'd show you the process of putting this stuff down, but with the Blueskin primer, you have to let it fully dry first before you can put the Blueskin over top. That takes about 15-20 minutes, so all you'd just be seeing is watching paint dry. Literally. Doesn't sound exciting, so I'm not going to put you through that. I'll put down the primer here, and I'll show you the process of putting the Blueskin in place, and then I'll just do the rest of it off camera and show you what it looks like afterwards. Okay, the Blueskin primer is dry and the Blueskin is ready to be put on. I already gave myself a little cut down the center of the Blueskin on the paper here just to make it easier to peel it back when it comes to rolling the material on. If you go to do this, make sure to cut very, very lightly. You don't want to cut through the Blueskin. You can see how sticky this stuff is. They say you don't need Blueskin primer in most cases if you're working on a nice smooth surface like this because it will adhere on its own. But with the Blueskin primer, it's just that much better. And also, if you're using Blueskin primer, be very, very careful. As soon as the Blueskin touches the primer, it will not come up. I may be muting the audio due to a lot of swearing. So start in one corner. I have it cut right at the middle here. I'm going to just start in this corner and roll it into place very slowly. Start in one corner and you work your way down the side. Normally the best way to put this down is to roll it out widthways, not the lengthways like this. Also, try not to let it fold in on itself. It sticks to itself very well. And that's how easy it is. Or difficult, depending how you look at it. The way I was able to line this up to get that to line up so perfectly was because I laid it out first. Always do prep work first, get everything ready for the work, then proceed with the work when you're certain you are ready to do it. When it comes to Blueskin. This stuff is interesting to work with because if you're using a Blueskin primer, as soon as you tack it down, you could be in trouble if you have huge flaps or folds or whatever with your Blueskin. So it's best to have it all prepped out first, ready to go. Then just do little sections at a time. Don't try doing an entire sheet in one go. You could end up messing it all up. So now I'm going to just finish off everything and show you what it looks like at the end. Earlier I mentioned that prepping is key. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I rolled out the middle strip of Blueskin here all the way to the end where it belongs. Make sure it's all perfect and straight, even to this last little bit all the way to the end here. Now I'll show you how this stuff is supposed to be laid out. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. I let this primer dry. Now let's roll out the Blueskin. As I mentioned before, when cutting the paper on the back of the Blueskin, make sure you're not applying too much pressure because you want to cut just the paper, not through the Blueskin. Peel just a small roll of it back. Hopefully you cut through all of the paper. There we go. Then just start unrolling it. Pulling the paper back as you go. You can't really see what I'm doing. Obviously you're on that side. But as I'm rolling it, I'm using my other hand to push and slide across, adding pressure to where the roll already has been, so there's going to be no lumps and no bubbles. As you can see, I still ended up a little bit short. I guess when I was rolling it up, it just started tucking in just a little bit. It's okay because with Blueskin, I can put another layer over top because water will always flow down. So if water comes in through the door, it will go onto this extra Blueskin I'll be putting on, then it will come onto this Blueskin. It will never touch the steel. Well, anyway, that's it for today. I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup, maybe a little bit of touch-up. I'll do a little bit of a cleanup, then I'll take a quick little walkthrough with you so you can see what it looks like completed. Well, mostly completed. Okay, I have the cleanup done. Now I'll show you what it looks like. Let's start at the front of the bus. This hole for the transmission, I actually wrap the Blueskin around underneath. So when I go to raise the floor, I'll put a 2x2 here and I'll wrap it with Blueskin as well, so it's going to be completely sealed. That right there is a hole for the fuel filter? No, fuel pump. That's a hole for the fuel pump. As you can see, the one I rolled out here in the middle is perfectly smooth. These edge ones didn't turn out as well. This one turned out really bad. It folded in on itself and I was fighting with it. So tomorrow I'll come back, I'll finish off the wheel wells. I'll finish off this front area. I haven't decided if I'm going to do the stairs or not, but otherwise, yeah, I'll come back and I'll patch up any little bits of Blueskin. Like here, I want this to go up onto the edge a little bit more. Here, let me get closer for you. I want it to go up on that rib. Same thing on this side. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.